Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. We asked a bunch of you on Instagram to ask us your most burning questions. And we got, I think, like almost 1,000 comments with questions. So we're just gonna scroll through and answer as many of those as we can. We might skip over, I know there's questions we get all the time, but I feel like we've answered a lot of those questions in previous Q&As. So make sure you check our like Q&A playlist if it was like you saw that was a question I got asked a bunch of times that we didn't answer in this video. We'll leave that link down in the description box below. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so the first question that we're gonna answer was asked by quite a few people, but the first one I'm seeing here is Dahlia_Arbogast, and she or he asked, first it says, can you give me a shout out? I just did.
Shout out.
Shout it out. And then they're asking if we have sorted out all the stuff about the robbery. So, no. We made a video a couple weeks ago, you guys might have seen it, where we talked about how we were robbed when we were down in LA. Somebody broke into our car and stole our cameras, a bunch of memory cards, our computer, and that had about 2 weeks worth of vlog footage on it, which was like a devastating loss for us because it was like all of our Disneyland footage. It was like Gemma meeting Mickey Mouse for the first time, and like, oh, it like makes me so sad. We are offering a reward, a $2,000 cash reward for the return of the memory cards. We do not have any legitimate leads on that. But anyway, do you want to talk about kind of like where it's at with the police and everything?
Yeah, there's going to be nothing. They said most likely it was just a homeless person that just broke in and they're just going to sell it on the street. So there's
I'm still holding out hope for the return of the memory cards though. I mean, I feel like I have to. I hope that maybe somebody tossed them and then somebody will find them and realize that it's us, and we'll get an email 6 months from now.
And then like, someone will show up at our door and knock, and they have a great big check, and we're the winner of a sweepstake. Whatever that.
I'm trying to be more optimistic, but yeah, so it was really sad and we're really upset by it. We did replace our camera equipment and we did replace our computer equipment. We did not have insurance. It was very expensive, so that's kind of a bummer. But Jeff actually just got a nifty new backpack to carry, so I was gonna start carrying all of our equipment all the time.
Yeah, I'm super thrilled. The bag itself probably weighs 25 pounds unpacked.
It's really heavy.
So,
But I mean, we just don't want anything like that to happen again. So that's the update with that. I Sang 1999 is asking, would the girls ever have their own YouTube channel? They actually already have their own YouTube channel. We just don't upload all the time to it. We do have a couple of videos that will be coming out that are back to school related over there, so make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss them. We'll link it down in the description box below. It's called The Weiss Girls.
And recently, Gabrielle and Grayson have been particularly excited about making some more content on their own. So there could be some stuff over there that we help them with and edit. But it's gonna be, they're gonna be the stars of their own show.
So make sure you go check it out. And then Jeff and I also have our own YouTube channels. We'll have those linked down below as well. Mine is like mom lifestyle stuff. And Jeff's not, are you even sure what direction that's gonna go yet?
No.
So we have them, they're down there. And then a bunch of people are asking also about the girls' Instagram accounts. Gabrielle and Graceland do have Instagram. A bunch of people are asking questions about Gwyneth. I just set up an Instagram for her and we'll be announcing it really soon over on mine. So if you go follow us over there, that's like the family account. When her Instagram is like up and running, I will do a post about it on there and you guys can go follow her. She's really excited to do it because Gwyneth is our little model.
Well, they're all our little models.
But she loves taking pictures.
She really likes it.
It's like her favorite thing. She'll be like, Mom, take a picture of me. Take a picture of me. Put that on the internet. Like, or Instagram, you know what I'm saying? She's just very, very into it. So I think it'll be really fun for her to have an Instagram of her own. Galaxy Gamer AC and a bunch of other people in addition to that person are asking why our comments have been turned off recently. I'm not sure if this video will have comments turned on or not. It should, because there's no children in this video. But if you guys aren't aware, YouTube is doing, I don't know, like a weird thing right now where they're thinking that if they turn off comments on videos that have kids in them or people under the age of, I don't know, like what, 13?
Yeah.
That will somehow stop child predators, which isn't a thing, but like, I don't know, I think it's more of like an appease the advertisers thing. Hopefully it gets all worked out. We have had some videos recently where the comments were turned on, but we just want you guys to know that it's not really in our control. Like, we love to have comments on and talk to you guys. We're not turning them off ourselves.
And that's also probably why you've seen way more recently. We've been linking our Instagram accounts in the videos. I've been overlaying that because you can talk to us over there, and a lot of you have, and it's really awesome. So check out our Instagrams. That's why we say that,
Yeah.
because we can talk to you over there.
And Twitter too. Twitter's really good. I love Twitter. So yeah, definitely check that out. But just know it's not our fault that the comments are turned off. We're not doing it. I know a lot of people that were thinking that it was something we did. We hope that it gets fixed really soon. And yeah, I guess that's kind of the scoop on that.
It's kind of a good hair day for me, I think.
Yeah, it's all right.
With the lighting, it makes it look like highlighted, kind of, doesn't it?
A little bit. I think it's just the
I used to be
crease.
blonde,
Now it's just
but then I
it's
got
those little
old,
silver
and
hairs
now I'm
coming
getting
in.
gray. So I'm 40. That wasn't a question. It was an answer to a question that you may not have
You're a
asked.
young 40 though. I don't think most people would guess that you're 40.
I think it's a good hair day, though. I think.
Yeah, I concur. I would concur with that.
So what else is up? What are the other cues?
So there's a bunch of questions, and we've gotten this question for years, and we've kind of avoided talking about it just because we weren't sure if it was something that we wanted to share. I mean, you guys know that when you do YouTube, like there's certain amount of things in your life that you like make public, and then other stuff you're like, you know what, I'd really rather not talk about that. And we have a couple of things like that in our family that we
Not really a
don't
couple.
really.
A lot of things? Like
Well,
what?
like a couple things.
Really just like this.
But we talked about it, and I think that it's time that we kind of
And it's not a big deal,
come
by the way.
clean and like tell you guys the truth about kind of what's going on. So,
I'm a professional dancer. That's
He's
what
not.
I do with my time.
but we get asked all the time because people always want to know, like, is YouTube your full-time job? What did you do before you did YouTube? Do you guys do any other jobs right now? And I know that a lot of other YouTubers do totally have other jobs, or they talk about pretty publicly what they did before. We can give you a little bit of background on like our backgrounds were and are. And then kind of get you up to date with everything. So we do have other jobs, but by other jobs, we actually are the owner of another company. So owner operator.
What kind of company?
I know. Well, just the history here. So
Okay.
when I was a teenager and I got my first job, I actually got a job in the grocery industry. And so I worked for Rayleigh's and Bel Air and Safeway for a long time. And I actually left, I was working at a Starbucks in a Safeway. So I was kind of like a dual employee for Starbucks and Safeway. So I had like a really long background in the grocery union. And I did that for a very long time. And then Jeff, what was your background before we started doing what we do now?
I did a bunch of things. I started off in insurance, commercial insurance in South Carolina.
After college, right?
After college, and then I moved out to California and I worked in furniture and a couple other jobs. And then about 11 years ago, I started into the mortgage industry. And I've been helping people with home loans for the last 11 years. And yeah, so I have the office I work with, I have a team there. So I have another loan officer since we travel so much, another guy that I work with all the time. So actually a lot of the people that work with me work with him as well. We kind of have a full team over there because it's kind of the same thing you'll see in a second from Melissa. And the reason that I work with a team in Roseville is because I like to have everybody under one roof.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing mortgages, you have processors and underwriters and doc drawers and quality control and all these different things. And a lot of the big companies, this is a big company, but a lot of the national companies, they have like processing center in Arizona. And then it's a lot harder to, as far as I'm concerned, it's a lot harder to get things done quickly.
Yeah, I would concur with that. So after I was done working with the grocery union, when I was very young, I was 18 or 19, around the time I had Gabrielle, I was going to school and I actually thought I wanted to go to law school. So I did all like the prereq law stuff. And then at the 11th hour, changed my mind and ended up going in the direction of real estate. So I actually own a company in this area as well that does residential real estate. So meaning we help people buy and sell homes anywhere in California. Especially up here, but like we go kind of all over too, just depends on the situation. And I also have a team, so there's not a lot that I do personally myself anymore. And for the same reasons that Jeff said, you know, it's just nice to have people that are in the office all the time that get field calls and help with stuff like that. So we've been doing that for a long time. So since we basically are like self-employed, like owners of those companies, we've continued to do that this whole time that we've done YouTube. Early on when we started doing YouTube, I actually wasn't in, there was like a year period where I was hardly in any of the videos, and that was actually a really tricky year for us because that was the year that Jeff came home, so he wasn't working in an office situation anymore, and I actually was starting to build my team, but I was working so much outside of the home, so I was gone like all day every day for like almost a year. So that was really hard, but then we finally got it to a place where I didn't have to do that anymore, and now primarily we work from home. And then we do, YouTube's taken up, social media stuff. I don't want to just say YouTube because we do other stuff too, but social media stuff has taken up every year. I feel like it's like more and more and more and more of our time. So if I had to guess right now, it's probably like 80-20 in favor of YouTube.
But that being said, the production from both of our teams is awesome.
Yeah.
Like my guys in the office are phenomenal, and that's the reason, like, I hate to be super redundant, but the reason we have a team, other people that have been doing this a long time and we trust and they're fantastic people, is so we can travel and can be with the family and kind of live the dream of just being with the family. Bless you, Buttercup. Buttercup's over here sneezing on me.
But the thing too is, like, people always ask us that because, they see, like, we live in California. California is notoriously expensive. I grew up here, so I don't really know any different.
Texas.
But I know that Jeff is from a different area where it maybe wasn't so bad.
Buffalo?
But I grew up here, and like we've always had, since we've been married, like we've had a nice house and we've lived in a nice area, and we do take vacations and stuff. And I think a lot of people were kind of wondering, like, where was that money coming from? Where were, how is this being funded? Because obviously, like, social media stuff, like, it does make money at a certain point, but it's definitely not as much as you think it is, and not enough to support a family of our size. So yeah, I think we just kind of wanted to come out and talk about what that looks like for us. But yeah, so if you guys have any other questions or anything about that, like Jeff said before, if there's no comments in this video, make sure you're on our other social medias, and maybe we can answer some follow-up questions and like another Q&A in the future.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where it's at for us. So we really enjoy all of the things we do for work. If we didn't enjoy it, we wouldn't do it. So I think we're in a really lucky spot where we kind of are living the dream of just running our businesses the way we want and doing what we want and getting to spend a lot of time with our kids and traveling. And I'm really glad that we're getting to do this when they're so young.
And that's why, like I said a little earlier, it is kind of nice to travel alone. The kids are the best. I mean, you see us with our kids. Like, they're awesome. We're with them all the time. I don't feel like they're missing out on these big trips because, they're 6 and 2. And now Gabrielle's 14, but they do a lot of trips too. And you guys, when we make 3-4 videos a week that are 10-15 minutes, you're seeing an hour of the week,
right? Which
we're happy to share with you, and it's super fun, and we're trying to make positive, fun, entertaining family videos, but we do a lot more fun things with the kids that aren't videoed, and some of the best moments, we try to catch them, but some of the best moments aren't videoed.
Yeah, we
and
don't
that's
vlog
okay.
every day. We don't film every day.
It's totally fun. Totally cute stuff happens.
What would you say, like maybe 3 days a week, 2 or 3 days a week we film?
It just depends.
Yeah.
It really just depends. I mean, whatever everybody wants. A lot of times the kids will be like, hey, get the camera. We're making Play-Doh stuff or whatever they're doing. But
we definitely don't do it every day. And I think that makes it, I don't know, it just makes it easier for us because...
It lets us not get burned out.
Yeah, we don't get burned out. I don't feel burned out.
Except, no joke, I know it was awesome and it was super fun, but June...
Oh, we were gone the whole
think
month.
I slept in my bed 2 nights.
If that,
So it was like 5 or 6 different hotels.
And it was so fun because we kids got to travel all over. It was so amazing.
I was so tired. It was fantastic, amazing trips.
Yeah.
I would do it again, but not back to back to back. Like, it was...
Yeah.
I'm still a little tired.
Where I am too. I was just saying that this morning that I feel burnt out, and I feel like traveling, like you're not eating very healthy. Like, I was joking this morning. I was like, I feel like I need to do a cleanse or something. Like, I just feel like icky. Like, we've just been...
And I gotta tell you this. So I have a buddy that I grew up with in Buffalo, Nick Nowak, little shout out. But I was messaging him back and forth the other day, and I was like, man, I feel like all this travel and maybe our just traveling lifestyle, I'm not eating that great. And he wrote to me. He wrote back. All he wrote was, tighten up, Weiss. So...
Tighten up? What does that even mean?
Well, don't be so flabby. That's just bro speak.
So
for get your act together. So I appreciate that.
Trying to make healthy choices and work out and stuff. But yeah, this summer has been a little hard not being around that much. So when we get back from London, we'll be able to focus a lot more on that. Plus the kids will be back in school, so we can do like more meal prepping. We'll have time to go to the gym. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool. So scrolling through these questions, a lot of people are asking about like international travel and what our travel plans upcoming are. Jeff and I are actually going to be at Somewhere in the City in London in the beginning of August or mid-August. It's like 9th through 12th
coming up.
or something. It's coming up.
So come see us. Because this is when we do get to hang out with you guys over there on the other side of the pond.
And it was really cool because Somewhere in the City is a really good opportunity. Like we got to hang out for like with people in person, not just at a meet and greet, but like actually got to like.
Yeah, because we kind of just went out on the floor too, and we ran into a ton of people.
And
it
was really cool. Jeff's moderating a couple panels. We're speaking on a few topics on YouTube, like think advertising and like family vlogging and stuff. And we're really, really excited to do that. This is our second year going. The kids are not coming with us, and all these questions about, you know, are you going to Canada? Are you going to Mexico? Are you going to Europe with the kids? We would absolutely love to. We're trying to make that a thing that can happen. But right now, currently, our kids don't have passports. And there's kind of a longer story behind that as far as Gabrielle. Choking on my own saliva. There's kind of a longer story behind that with Gabrielle. And we don't want to take some of the kids and not all of them for something like that. So we're trying to figure out a solution so that we can get them all passports so they can internationally travel. Because right now, it's just Jeff and I that are able to do that. So, which is kind of,
I would love to take them. And actually,
anywhere, yeah.
I think we're going to be taking them, hopefully, taking them to Hawaii here in a little bit. As a family, which is like another world, but it's still, you know, America.
US of A.
But it's kind of nice too, since we both work out of the house and we have a couple businesses and we have the 5 girls, to have these travel opportunities with just the 2 of us. So that's been it's been really nice too. Buttercup has allergies a little bit. She wanted to say hi to you guys too. She's not really the star of the show.
She's really cute though. She needs a haircut.
I think the girls and mom are the stars of the show, and we don't want Buttercup to steal all their thunder. But maybe if you guys on Instagram would have to tell us. But maybe Buttercup is 8 years old, 9. She's 9 years old, but she could maybe have an Instagram. Or maybe I could just feature her more on my Instagram because she is a little sweetheart. She's really like, cute. Every time she comes over, she just kind of rolls over so I can pet her belly. I know you guys don't see that a lot because we're always like out and about and doing stuff, but she's a little lap sitter. Oh, and type of dog. Some people were asking about Buttercup. She is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Yeah, and we've had her since she was 10 weeks old, so for forever, basically. She was like this big when we got her.
Yeah, she was a little, and the reason we picked her, if you will, over her brothers and sisters, is because she actually was kind of the runt, but all the dogs were kind of running around, and like probably so many people would tell the story, she's the one that just kind of came over and was chill, and she sat on Graceland's lap.
Yeah, she was just being super sweet. So all the other dogs were being rambunctious and like really playful with the kids. And not that she's not playful, but she was just, you could tell she was kind of the runt and bullied, you know, a little bit maybe. So she just kind of like slowly walked up and like,
well, yeah, so Graceland, you know, kids chasing around puppies, right? And I told Graceland, I said, sit down and do some dog whispering and see who comes to you.
And Buttercup did.
It was Princess Buttercup.
So that's how, and we actually, it's funny because we were thinking we were going to get a male dog and we ended up leaving with her. So, but she's been a good dog. The kids love her. She's very well behaved. So probably the best scenario for a pet that we could have right now.
Yeah.
I just feel bad because we do travel all the time and well, I mean,
she'll go to the neighbors or my parents or she's fine, but we're not with her, but she probably misses us, but she's fine. She's always taken care of.
Yeah, she has a good time. Gianna Azarone, I think that's how you say her name. She's asking, what is Jeff's middle name? And that's kind of a funny story. So do you want to?
So my middle name is the letter S.
Just the letter S.
Just the letter S. And I'm pretty sure it's because when my dad was filling out the birth certificate, he just put middle initial instead of middle and name. So it's just S. I think it was supposed to be Sean, but at this point,
no one knows.
Superman, Snowman, Santa Claus.
There's a lot of things that start
with
the letter
anything.
S. It could really be anything. So that's actually a very interesting story.
But it's the letter S. So Jeffrey S. Weiss.
Yeah. When he told me that at first when we were just dating, I thought that he was kidding. And then he showed me his driver's license and it just literally says the letter S. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when we travel, he gets asked about it Like, was it like TSA
like,
people have asked you?
That's it.
Yeah. And he's
Just
like, no,
us.
it's actually just the letter S. So kind of funny. Sarah Collier X is asking about any YouTube events we're going to this year. We talked about Summer in the City. We are going to that. That is confirmed.
London.
We are still thinking about if CBX Live is going to be a thing we can make happen this year. We're not 100% sure yet, but that's in September and that's in Utah. We'd love to do Playlist Live this upcoming year, I guess, because it's like in February or something. So I know we're talking to them about possibly doing that. That would be super cool. We'd love to go. We could take the kids to Disney World. Oh, it'd be so fun. Laura MCM12 is asking, are we happy with our house and the area we live in, or do we want to move one day? And if so, where would we go? And we've talked about this before. We recently, well, like 2 years ago-ish, moved into this house and we did like a major reno. We just finished our, don't pause, our backyard. We really love this house and we do like the area that we live. I grew up kind of around the Sacramento area, which is where we live right now. And it's really nice. I really like it. But we have talked about, because of work stuff, we're down in LA all the time. There is a possibility in the future that like we would have this house, but then maybe also like a rental house down like outside of LA somewhere. We aren't planning on that right now, but I think that that would be something that we might consider in the future if we keep having to go down there as often as we are right now.
Or maybe Tahoe.
We do like Tahoe, but that would be more of a vacation thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
We like Tahoe a lot, but that would just be for fun.
That's it. So are we going to end it on this huge note?
Is that the note? Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
A little false.
I think so. So I hope we answered enough questions for you guys. We got a lot of repeat questions, and like I said, we tend to get that quite a bit. We do have explanations for a lot of those questions in our previous Q&As, like I mentioned before, so definitely go check those out. And if the comments are turned on in this video, please leave us a comment because we love to hear from you. And if you have any other questions, leave that in the comments or send us a message on Instagram.
And one more little thing, if there's comments on here or if not on my Instagram, I guess you can DM me or whatever, but I'm going to be moderating a panel in London for family vloggers. So if there's any questions that you think are entertaining, I know we got a lot of questions right here, but something you can ask people kind of across different types of family channels that maybe I could ask at the panel, and if I do, in my Instagram story, I'll give you a shout out.
So I have a question. Did they tell you, are you coming up with your own questions, or are they giving you?
I don't know, but
we're literally just showing up and they're
I'm good on the fly. I'll go, and also I think I'm gaming on the main stage in London. So last year I won a Fortnite tournament at Summer in the City, so we'll see what they throw at me this year.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, we will see you next time.
All right,
Bye.
We'll see you guys. Bye.